Shalom Akim. Alright, first I want to give all praises, glory and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, that taught us his truth. Alright, salutations to the Akim who are teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. Blessings to the elect and a remnant of Israelites who are scattered worldwide who are predestined to be saved. It's Brother Yakao coming with a very quick video, and Lord willing, you will be edified. Alright, and this video is just piggybacking off the last video that I did, and there's been major coups that have been trying to and if people don't know what a coup is, all right, a coup is a sudden, violent and unlawful seizure of power from a government. All right, and sometimes that can be for the best or for the worst. Okay, now in our history, and we're Hebrew Israelites, all right, we're not black Hebrew Israelites, we're Hebrew Israelites from our respective tribes. Okay, one of the reasons why the continent of Africa, the countries have been struggling, all right, or they call them the so-called undeveloped countries, is because this devil will not allow the countries in Africa to develop. He's had a stranglehold over them. Even after we got our colonial freedom, they were still taxing us. The former French colonies in particular, they're the ones that all their notes are printed by the French central bank. Their reserves are in the French central bank. The currency is French, basically. The CFR franc, I think it's called. It's just basically exploitation, neo-colonialism. All right, and our people have had enough of that. Okay, so that's the reason why there's been these different coups. There was one in Burkina Faso, there was one in Mali, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger as well. And all of those countries, all right, have a huge populations of Israelites living there. Okay, so it's very important to know what is going on in the continent of Africa, because Israelites are in Africa. All right, and in some parts of Africa, especially West, we outnumber the actual Africans. Africans are from Noah's son Ham, we're from Noah's son Shem. Okay, now they tried to do a coup in Congo, man. And all I'm going to say is there's nothing new under the sun. All right? There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing is a fresh idea. It's all rehashed. All right? It's all rehashed. That's all it is. Ecclesiastes 1:9. All right? The thing that have been, it is that which shall be. All right? And that which is done is that which shall be done, and there's no new thing under the sun. All right, there's no new thing under the sun. So under the sun is what? Earth. So there's nothing new on this earth, all right, that mankind is really doing. They're actually doing their old tricks, and one of their old tricks is neo-colonialism, and that's what happened with this coup. All right, now let's watch this. Is it this clip? I think, yeah, let's try and watch this clip. Yeah. See? And they got caught, man. All right. CIA agents, see? Okay. See, so basically they tried to do a coup, and look at this guy identified as Benjamin Reuben Zalman Palun, which means that he's an Amalekite, man. All right, and behind them is the flag. That flag there is the old flag when the Democratic Republic of Congo was called Zaire. Okay, so they tried to do a coup d'etat. Why? Because Congo has resources, man. All right, resources like cobalt. All right, which is needed to make your laptops, your mobile phones, and all this kind of stuff. You know, and this man is a bitch. He's a greedy bitch. It reminds you of the Book of Habakkuk. All right, the Book of Habakkuk, man. Habakkuk, where it talks about this man not being able to stay in his own yard, man. You know. So start from verse 4. All right, Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 4. Behold, his soul that is lifted up is not upright in him. Yeah, exactly. He's a freak. She's a freak. They're into very disgusting practices. All right, but the just shall live by faith. Okay. Verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he's a proud man. And when it's about wine, it's about his philosophies, his doctrines, like his stupid, what's it called? His democracy. You know, the great democracy. I mean, all right, having a voting system. Do you really believe that the people, the powers that be, are gonna say, listen, you know what? My agenda that I have, all right, the agenda that I have, all right, in the next 5 years, I'm gonna leave it to the public to vote for a president, you know? You really believe that the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers are going to actually do that? No, they don't. All those elections are scammed and they rigged. All right? It's just an illusion to make you feel like we have the power to have a general election and to approve the prime ministers and all that. That's rubbish. They're already pre-picked and preordained, okay? So, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home. So he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home. He's in everyone's business, man. And that's why he tried to do this coup over there in Congo, man. You know, and it didn't work, all right? The Lord put a stop to it, man. And many of the people that tried to do the coup was killed. Hey, good for them, man. Or, hey, Brakadia Halba Simeon Shai. All right? And this is what happens in Africa time and time again. Years ago, when I was, this is way before I was in the truth, I went to this petrol station, which was a local petrol station, and I was in the queue, and this white guy was in the queue with me, and I don't know how the conversation started, but we started to talk about politics and stuff like that. And you know what he said to me? He said, I thought Africa should have got its act together by now. You know? Basically, he's saying that, listen, you know, we should have got back on track. And he said, the Japanese, they had an atomic bomb dropped on them, all right, but they recovered, you know, and now look at their society. And I can understand what he's saying, but the thing that he's missing out, and a lot of these crackers are missing out on, is basically the fact that they interfere in our politics and in our countries. They have mercenaries, they interfere, you know, because the continent of Africa has loads of resources that in Europe and the Americas don't have. You see? So anytime one of the presidents or prime ministers don't play ball, all right, with this devil, that's what he does. He stirs up hatred or some kind of movement to get out that person out of power. That's what he did in Syria with this guy Bashar al-Assad. All right? ISIS and all these other different groups that were in Syria, you know, fighting, you know, Bashar al-Assad's forces, okay? They were paid and made by the Americans, all right? And America went into Syria, and do you know that America has got a military base in Syria? And that military base is without their consent. Do you know how disrespectful that is? You see? So that's another example of him being a proud man, neither keep him at home. All right? And it concludes, who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death, and he represents death. Hey, he doesn't represent life. Anywhere these Edomites go, they represent death. If you don't believe me, ask the tribe of Gad. If you don't believe me, ask the Aborigines in Australia. Alright? If you don't believe me, ask our people over here in the UK, man. Ask yourself that, man. Alright? So they represent nothing. One thing, death. Alright? And cannot be satisfied. See, they can't be they can't be satisfied. Alright? But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Alright? And that's the reason why this bitch does coups like this. And this coup was thwarted. It wasn't even successful. I love this part when they're grabbing this piece of shit and they're treating him like the piece of shit that he is. Beautiful, man. We don't care. Hey, look, barefooted, man. Good. You see? See? Yeah, beg, man. You see? So that was a coup that they were trying to do, alright, in Congo. And we know why. Because they wanted to get the president of Congo. He's been very vocal about the West, You see? He's been very vocal about how the West is unfair. They don't play by the rules, etc. So they tried to do this coup, and it failed, man. You know why? Because the Lord didn't allow it, man. Alright? Because the way an empire crumbles is, first of all, it has to be exposed first. And once people are exposed to tricks of, a person or a king or an empire, alright, then all of a sudden the enemies get wise to what they're going to do. You see? So when an empire falls, before it falls, it gets exposed first. And that's what the time period that we're in. We're in a time of this place falling, but truth is coming out about how corrupt and wicked this place is, man. Alright? And this is a normal standard pattern. Most of these leaders in Africa, they get ousted, man.
What did they do to him? They killed him. Burkina Faso, under Thomas Isidore Sankara, tried it. What did they do to him? They killed him. Ghana, under the Osage of Kwame Nkrumah, tried it. What did they do to him? Removed him from power. Tanzania, under Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere, tried it. What did they do to him? They undermined his economy. Mozambique, under Samora Moises Machel, tried it. What did they do to him? They killed him.
Wait, it doesn't end there. What about Ruben Umniobe of Cameroon? Amilcar Cabral of Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde, Felix Mounier of Cameroon, Sylvanus Olympio of Togo, Hamani Diori of Niger, Laurent Désiré Kabila of DR Congo, Samuel Doe of Liberia, Eduardo Mondlane, Marion Nguabi, Barthélemy Boganda, Pierre Mulele, and many others.
So whenever you tried to decolonize in all spheres, the former colonizer turned policeman of the world or policeman of the world will take you out.
Since the early days of the fight for independence and the independence era itself, dozens of African leaders have been assassinated by Western powers and colonialists. These leaders were targeted because they stood firm against colonial control, refusing to be mere puppets selling out their people, unlike many leaders today. They stood resolutely for the sovereignty of their nations. But what actions were these leaders taking that disrupted the plans of Western powers and prevented their exploitation of Africa? Moreover, how have these assassinations shaped the current state of the continent? Let's get to know.
Did you ever hear about this NASA doctor that released a 7-second brain trick that makes you super smart? Thousands of people are now doing it.
The first leader we will discuss is Sylvanus Olympio, the first president of Togo. Before Togo's independence in 1960, France aimed to thwart the aspirations for full emancipation and self-governance held by Olympio and the Togolese people. France demanded a staggering 800 million francs from the small West African colony.
You see? See, this is all bullshit, man. This is this is what we call neo-colonialism, all right? Because the colonization era is ended, but they still are charging, their former colony countries, printing the money on their behalf, having their money in reserves. This is all greed. This is all what's it called? This is greed. This is evil. This is wickedness, man. But it shows you that the man of perdition, all right, that the Bible is mentioning, it is the Edomites, man. All right, let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 1 and look at the title. It says man of lawlessness. All right, and that's what he is. He's a proud man, neither keepeth at home. All right, he's in everyone's business, because he wants everything and anything, man. He's not satisfied with what he's got. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and the Rothschilds are worth 500 trillion, and they still want more, man. I mean, this is utter madness, So this is Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 1. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord, alright, Yahushua Mashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, alright, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, as that the day of Christ is at hand. Well, we don't say Christ, Hamashiach is at hand. Alright, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means. That day shall not come, except there be a falling away first. And that falling away was us, falling out of power, falling out of our country in 70 AD, our heritage, language, culture been stripped away from us because of our disobedience to our God. Alright? And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Alright? So the son of perdition. What does the word perdition mean? Destruction. Alright? That's what it means. So the word perdition means destruction. Alright, let's click on it. And that's what this devil and his coups are trying to do. It brings nothing but destruction for any of the countries that he's trying to take over, but especially the countries that our people are living in Africa, especially West Africa, right? Alright, so that's what it is.
Strong's G 684.
684.
Apoleia.
So Apoleia, alright, which is the Greek word for perdition. What does it mean? It means destroying, utter destruction of vessels, perishing, ruin, destruction. You see? So the son of perdition, alright, the son of perdition is a son, a man that basically destroys everything. All right, that's what the word perdition means. He destroys everything. All right, and that's why he's going into all these countries, man, like Congo, and trying to do regime change, etc. Okay, and he's not the only. That's not the only country that he has been, and this is recent. This is very recent. In the last week, he's been doing it to other countries as well. All right. Now, watch this carefully, and please tell me whether I'm wrong or paranoid. Whether you think that the Iranian president actually died in a helicopter crash. All right, 3 helicopters. They all went the same route, but the only one that crashed was the one that the president was in. That sounds very suspicious, man. Very suspicious. How come only that helicopter crashed? Anyway, let's watch this.
Assassination coups in 6 countries in 1 day.
Notice it. And it wasn't just in 1 day. It was within a week. 6 different countries. All right, 6 different countries had coups in a week. Okay, and a coup is a violent people try to take the government by violence. All right, and notice it's 6 countries, 6, and we know that these Satanists, these Masons, they love that number 6. Let's continue.
On May 14th, Turkey was hit by an attempted coup against President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, and on May 15th, Slovak Prime Minister Fezo was assassinated by a gunman who shot him 4 times. Fezo was in critical condition and had just been declared out of danger on May 16th. A man stabbed Serbian Prime Minister Aleksandar Vučić before being arrested by police. On May 19th, a helicopter carrying Iranian President Raisi crashed, killing everyone on board. Then in Africa, on the same day, a coup took place in the Democratic Republic of Congo, where Britain and several Americans were found among the arrested rebels. On May 20th, Ghanaian President Akufo-Addo's motorcade crashed on its way back to the capital. Many of the driver's bodyguards were killed and injured, and Akufo-Addo survived because he chose to take a military plane back to the capital on his departure. What these countries have in common is that they are not the henchmen of America and Israel, let alone Serbia and Iran. They are all hostile to the United States. Turkey recently expressed support for Hamas to cut off all trade with Israel. Slovakia is pro-Russian and explicitly opposes aid to Ukraine. And the presidents of Congo and Ghana have railed against Western colonialism.
There you go, man. There you go. So you saw all of those different coups, right? Are you really telling me that it's just a coincidence? Come on, man. All right, and it's in 6 different countries. So it's this devil, man. You know, he's living up to the scriptures where it says he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home, man. All right, and he's the son of what? The son of perdition, the son of destruction, because he represents one thing, nothing but death. All right, so Ecclesiastes 1:9, that which has been, that have been, is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. So there's nothing new under the sun. All right. The same way they colonized our people back then in the 1800s and the 1900s and so forth, they're still doing it now. And that's why all they're trying to put these coups in place so they can still get the resources from their former colonies, you know, and they use chaos to do it. And unfortunately, they use wicked, evil Israelites, you know, wicked Hamites, but mainly wicked Israelites who are unpatriotic, who care about themselves, all right, only to do, you know, this devil's dirty work, man. Okay? You know? And that's how this devil got a hold of the tribe of Gad. You know, he didn't come as a war machine. He came, you know, humble and, you know, we want to share the land and, you know, this, that, and the other. Let's have a tea party together. Then knock your head off, you know, beat the crap out of you, you know, etc. You think that these people have, you know, some kind of love for us. They do not, all right? And they do not have your best intentions at heart, okay? So all these coups is showing you the greed of this devil. And how did this devil get into America? All right, he did it with what? Smooth words. Okay, this is Psalms 55 and 21. All right, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Okay, and that's how these Edomites got up into power in America and really how they got up into power via, in colonialism as well. They came to, not just our countries, different countries, and they acted like, they were peaceful. And then the more they, sent for other people to come there, bringing weapons over, and then the rest is history. Now, in your own country, you are the slave and he's the master. But hang on, it should be the other way around. So his words were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart, meaning his mind, man. All right, his words were softer than oil, yet they drawn swords. Exactly, But now, all right, the Lord is exposed this bitch so much that people are wary of this guy, and that's why his coup, all right, over there in Congo didn't work, And if you look at all the other things, like the helicopter crash of the Iranian president and so forth, it's not far-fetched to see that there was foul play, because there was 3 helicopters going through the same route, and the one that went missing has to be the one with the president in it. Come on, man, that's very fishy, man. All right, okay, so the Lord is in charge of everything, but he uses this devil. Remember, the wicked is his sword. All right, okay, so all this coup d'etat that they're trying to do, at the end of the day, it's going to come to naught. All right. Proverbs 16:4. All right. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Okay. And all them coups that they try to do, that's evil, man. All right. Going in and destabilizing countries. But that is their, that's what he was born to do. He was born to be a devil, man. All right, to be the wicked. All right, the wicked for the day of evil. Okay. Let's see now. There's one recompense. All right, so Job. One more. We're gonna close, so I don't want to make it that long. All right. But notice that there's he's doing this for a reason. Okay. This is Job 20. All right. Let me see now. Here you go. Job chapter 20, verse 19, I think it is. Yep. Let's see. Alright. This is Job chapter 20 and 19. Because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor. And who are the poor? Us Israelites, man. Because he hath violently taken away an house which he buildeth not. Alright? And that's what he's doing. He's violently taking away, the power for in these different countries, and he hasn't even built these countries. He's just coming in and swanning in and saying, "Bow down to me, I'm your new king." That's what happened in colonialism, more or less. Imagine being enslaved in your own land. Someone coming to your land and then enslaving you in your own land. It's absolute wickedness, man. But then when we highlight these things, they tell us that we're teaching hatred or something like that. It's incredible, man. All right. Verse 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. All right. He shall not save of that which he desired. All right. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. Anyway, he's trying to he has no rights to any of these former colonies at all. He hasn't built those places. He's more or less destroyed them. That's what he has. And the ones who are people that you justified this bitch, you are an abomination. Okay? You love this man. I mean, this guy is done so much wickedness, in the past and now. Proverbs 17 and 15. he that justifieth the wicked and condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord. So you're an abomination to the Lord if you stick up for them, man. Okay? So all them coups are going off. But hey, things are not going the right way that they thought. Because the Lord has put a span in the works, man. Alright? So, hey, listen, I pray that you're edified. Till the next one.